Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Our Friend. And this is a new film coming out on virtual cinemas, and for that lovely premium in theater at home price of $19.99. And this is directed by Gabriela Cowperthwaite and written by Brad Inglesby. And Copperthwaite had recently done Megan Levy, which I saw that film with Kate Mara in it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really solid film. Inglesby has written films like Run All Night and The Way Back. So, interesting balance. And I could definitely feel a lot of the same kind of emotional beats that you got in, say, The Way Back, along with this film. And one thing that really sticks out about how Cowperthwaite directs this film is this consistent tone that you're always expecting emotion. And you're not looking for, I don't think any of the film is overtly silly or overtly funny. There might be some fun moments, some genuine interactions. There's some great chemistry between the three main cast members in this film, which you have Casey Affleck, married to Dakota Johnson, with Jason Segel as their friend. And there's scenes where you have great chemistry between them. You also have scenes where there's some incredible tension. And Segel obviously has a comedy background in many ways and uses some subtle humor to diffuse some situations, but in general the tone is very consistent and it's emotional. And the film is well paced. The tricky thing is keeping into the story, which the choice, whether it was in the script or this is how Cowperthwaite wanted to pull the story together, is it's told in a non-linear story. And for this particular story, I felt like it kept chopping things up, disorienting me, and it was hard to transition in between scenes. I could see where some of them were set up in a certain way to give you a specific piece of information so that the next scene, it's fresh in your mind. But I felt like this film could have benefited from just watching them build up their relationship, this marriage, their friendships, and then hitting that heavy moments. But instead you kind of cut back and forth between some levity. And as the film goes deep into, this film is about a woman who's dying of cancer and her husband's dealing with it. Their friend moves in with them to help deal with it, help with their two daughters, and there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of great moments, really impactful, well written moments throughout the film, and the acting really anchors it. And Dakota Johnson, I think this is probably the best performance I've seen of hers. You have that, you have Suspiria, those performances really stand out in a career where, you're probably most known for 50 Shades. And then you have Casey Affleck and Jason Segel, who really haven't been working a whole lot over the last couple years. Casey Affleck has had more. He had What Manchester by the Sea and a couple of other films that year, but since then has really only had, you have A Ghost Story, which he's under for most of the runtime he's under a blanket. And then you have Old Man with a Gun, and they're solid performances. You really haven't seen him a whole lot since he won his Oscar. And then I was so happy to see Jason Segel back in something, because he really hasn't been in anything since the end of the tour, which, if you haven't seen that film, fantastic. And he shows his dramatic chops where he does use that subtle humor, and he uses that well here. There's one particular moment that really got me where Dakota Johnson's character is lashing out because she's dying and having emotional moments. She's breaking down mentally, and she's just lashing out against the two men that are in her life trying to help take care of her. And she just started screaming at Jason Segel, I hate you so much. And he's just well, I'm sorry you feel that way. And just that delivery from Jason Segel works so well. But he has such great chemistry. There's one scene where him and Dakota Johnson are sharing a moment where he's practicing stand-up. And it was so genuine and endearing, the platonic relationship the two of them have. And that's one of the interesting things, too, because it's like you have this other man in the equation with this couple, and seeing them all be supportive and trying to be supportive. There's definitely some marital issues. Casey Affleck does a really great job with his character and showing, like, he has some issues. He has alienated his family in many ways by being gone for long periods of time, and they have a particular confrontation about potential adultery in the relationship, and that was really powerful. But this film really works and moves because of the performances, the beauty of the film put together, where you might have some issues with how the film put together in terms of story structure and storytelling, but I still had a very emotional and meaningful experience watching Our Friend, and I would definitely recommend it. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.